And the music we are listening to is a song called Birdbath, and it is a fingerstyle ukulele tune. Most people will strum the ukulele, but in this we use our individual fingers to pluck individual notes. Fingerstyle is a very beautiful way to play, and it makes very expressive music. And over the years I've learned that that's the style that people, once they've been playing a few years, they most wish they knew how to play fingerstyle. So I have a lot of students come to me who've taught themselves or learned over the years how to play ukulele, but they really want to know how to play fingerstyle. And so this is a great tune to begin that process of learning fingerstyle. So I hope you enjoy it, and good luck. That is Birdbath, and it is much simpler and easier to play than it sounds. It sounds really fancy, but it's a great song to start learning how to play fingerstyle. So let's dive right into it. First of all, these two fingers are a pair, and they work together. Your index finger and your middle finger. And what they do is they pluck the middle two strings. Remember, we count from the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they always pluck together strings number 2 and 3, the inside strings or the middle strings. So two fingers plucking two strings at the same time. That's the E string and the C string. Just practice that a little bit and try and hold your ukulele in a way that it's comfortable. Nice comfortable curve in your hand. So once you feel comfortable in doing that, the next step is to add your thumb. So you pluck with the two fingers and you hit string number 4 with your thumb. And you might just have to practice that a while before it's really natural and easy. At first you might tend to miss the strings a little bit. Now this finger here is your ring finger, and that finger hits string number 1. So now we're going to add that. So the two fingers together in the middle strings, the thumb hits string number 4, and the ring finger, I'm exaggerating so you can see it, the ring finger hits string number 1. So now you have two fingers at the middle strings, thumb hits string number 4, ring finger hits string number 1. At first, using the correct fingers may seem really awkward, but it's really important to try and use the fingers I'm showing you. At first, it'll seem harder for you, but ultimately it'll be much easier and you'll play the song better. Especially the ring finger. I know people aren't used to using that finger for much of anything, but on ukulele we'll train that finger and it'll allow you to make all kinds of beautiful music. So fingers together in the middle, thumb on 4, ring finger on 1. Now there's one more thing to add, and that is that we come back and we hit it with the thumb again. Fingers, thumb, ring finger, thumb. Fingers, thumb, ring finger, thumb, or together, thumb, finger, thumb, together, thumb, finger, thumb. Once you've gotten that real smooth, that's pretty much what you do the whole song. Now, I like to fancy it up a little. These two fingers, I separate them slightly. Do you hear that? So instead of together like this, I separate them just a little. And you don't have to do that. In fact, when you're first starting, don't worry about that. But once you've got this song, that's how I make it sound just a little bit fancier. So you'll want to practice that until that's smooth and easy, which might take a week or two of doing it a little bit each day. But most students don't find that horribly difficult. It just takes a little persistence. Okay, so let's talk about what to do on this side. So I'm going to take my first finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. I'm going to take my second finger, put it on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And then I'm going to do the picking cycle. The next part of the song, I just slide this down so that I'm on 1 and 2. Frets 1 and 2. Same shape of the hand. I just slide my hand down. Now I'll just go back and forth. Just practice that until it's smooth and easy. Now the next part of the song, we just take our hands off. And in the song we do that twice. So let's put it all together. Do it again. Once here, and twice open. Again. Once here, twice open. I'll slow it down and I'll count us in. I'll count to 4 and then you can begin with me. This will make it a little easier to get started. Have these two all ready to go. 1, let's see, 1 and 2, and so I'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Aha. Alright, so I will go slowly now, and I will count us in so that you can join me. I'm going to go much slower. I'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. You probably heard that I made a little mistake, but that's okay. We just keep going. If you make a little mistake, just join me where you're at. You don't have to stop all the time. 1 here, and 2 here. 1 here, and 2 here. That's the first part of the song. Now for the second part of the song, we're going to do what's called a G7 chord. So I have my index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and these 2 fingers are going to go on the 2nd fret. So start with your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. I'll do this so you can kind of see where I'm at. Make sure that one's down. It should sound like this. That's a G7 chord. So now we take our pattern, and we do it twice. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my ring finger down, finger number 3 down. I'm going to lift up these 2 fingers, and I'm going to slide up 1. Remember that? That's just a C chord. I do that twice. Then I come back to the G7 chord, and then I slide that ring finger up for C. Practice that in a loop until it's smooth. Notice how I ended on the 2 middle notes, the 2 fingers together. So here's what this part of the song sounds like. So now we have the first half of the song, which is what we'll cover in today's video. And so I will play the whole thing slowly. I'll count us in, and you can play along with me if you'd like. And this will be my count in. Instead of counting to 4, I'll say 1 and 2 and twice. Because really this song sounds more like 2-4 than 4-4. All right, here we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Here we go. G7 to C. G7. And on the 2 middle fingers. And then we do it again, G7. Now we go back to the beginning. In the next video, I will show you part number 2 of this song, but you might want to get a little head start on making what we call a harmonic. Now, when you make a harmonic, well, let's see, you got to go to the 12th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right here. Now, on this ukulele, the body of the ukulele comes in at fret 14, but almost all the other ukuleles, the body comes in at fret 12. Now the dots on this ukulele are kind of funny, but most ukuleles will have 2 little circle dots right there, or sometimes on the fretboard here on the edge you'll have 2 little dots. And it should sound, oh, wrong one, sorry. There we go. It should sound like there's an A, it's the octave. So anyways, it has to be the 12th fret. And the way you make a harmonic, I'm going to get close to the camera here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. To make a harmonic, you touch your finger. It has to be exactly over the 12th fret. If it's in front or behind of it, it won't turn out very well. You have to touch it exactly over that piece of wire. And then you touch the string, but you don't push it down. You just touch it. Just touch it. And then if you give this string a good pluck, hear how it sounds like a bell? That's different than pushing down and fretting it where it sounds like this. Right? I'm going to barely touch it and pluck it pretty hard. And once you have that, once you get that bell-like sound, and here, if I'm a little too forward or a little too far back, see, I just get that sound. So to get the sound, you need to be in exactly the right spot, forwards and backwards, which is exactly over that 12th fret. Now, if you want it to ring a long time, after you've plucked it, take your finger away. So there's a little bit of a timing challenge there. Let's try the other strings. How about all of them? So if you practice your harmonics, and in the song, what we do is we take our middle finger and we touch it to the 2 middle strings. And we use these 2 fingers, and we try and pluck 2 harmonics at once. There you go. So that's your preview for the next video for part 2 of this song. And you might want to just start practicing those harmonics right away because it takes a little while to get good at them. All right, good luck, and I hope you enjoy this song. And I'll play it a little for you on the way out. Birdbath.